evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's great to be back for another episode of the Huddersfield Town Show. Obviously, episode 3 now. We are getting up those episodes, and we'll have plenty more to come throughout the season as well. Don't you worry about that. So, yeah, we're here to obviously talk about today's news, of course, and things like that. So, we're going to kind of get stuck into this because, I mean, first of all, though, like I say, thank you for everybody that's supported so far. Like I say, it's been a crazy week, really, with numbers, if I'm honest. Like I say, I managed to rack up, 145 views on a stream alone, and that was before people had played it back. So the support is coming along nicely. The numbers, the subscribers are coming along nicely as well. We're getting close to that 100. So if you are new around here, please hit that subscribe. It is free as well, so it doesn't cost you a thing. So yeah, and it'd mean a lot to me if you did it. So there we are. Please help me out there. But yeah, we're gonna get stuck into it, and we're gonna welcome onto the show some very familiar faces who are going to be on plenty of time this season. I know they are, because they always are happy to come on and air their views and say what they think. So yeah, first I'm going to welcome on to Tom, who has been on a number of times, and yeah, it's great to have him on again. So yeah, welcome. Hello, Tom. Hi.
I'm all good. Are you okay?
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, great to have you on the show once again. We've got a lot to get through today, and it'll be great to kind of hear your thoughts on what I've kind of got planned for the episode. And yeah, we're gonna get another guest on who isn't scared to air his views, and I like that, because I think that I'm one of those as well. You should not hold back from your views, because at the end of the day, we support this club. We have a right to have a view, and there's no holding back, and that's what makes it box office, I suppose. So yeah, welcome on to the show, Jordan. Hello there. Hi, mate. How are you?
Tino.
All right, bro.
How are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're well. I hope your Friday's gone well so far. And like I say, for sure, we've got lots to get through today. And yeah, we're going to start with Tino Anjorin. Welcome back, Tino Anjorin. I'm really happy about this, and I'm just going to kind of do my summary first, and I'll get into your views thing. Obviously, he did break today. Obviously, he signed a season-long loan deal from Chelsea, of course. We're welcoming him back to the club, like I say, after seeing him kind of sign late in January. Obviously, when he did come in, he did have his injury concerns, and it did take him a while to obviously get over that injury, and then obviously get going on the pitch, which he never really did, to be honest, because he really couldn't really get going when he came in. And when he did become fit, and then we saw him at Coventry, the best game he played at Coventry, it was just too late at that point to really make a proper impact. Now, obviously, just to recap, anybody that kind of doesn't know him, he is 20 years of age, very young still an exciting talent in the squad that we've got this season, really attacking player. Now, obviously, before he signed, he was actually with the Chelsea first team in America. Obviously, they've been on their pre-season camp there. And yeah, obviously, he flew there. And yeah, I think learning from Tuchel, in my view, one of the best coaches there is at the moment. And being with top quality players like they have at Chelsea, I think that must be a real learning curve for him as well, and a real experience, and really valuable experience at that. Now, just touching upon before we get to your thoughts is, now obviously his stats, like I say, he made 8 substitute appearances. He scored for us obviously in the 2-1 win at Coventry in late April, which, like I say, was his most impressive performance. But I'm really excited, about this signing. I'm excited to see what he can do with a full pre-season under his belt, and if he can keep fit, he is a very, very, very good signing for us. He knows the club already as well, so that's great. Now, Tom, what are your thoughts on this sign? I mean, it does bring a bit of excitement as well, doesn't it, this one?
Well, as you said, it was a performance against Coventry. Quality. I mean, the penalty he scored looks so calm and cool. But I'm really happy with this. When the season finished, I think I tweeted it. I really think we should get Tino back. I think he's a quality player. He's got the ability to be really good. But it's going to be interesting. Where does Radone fit in now? Because they played a similar position, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Anjorin can play in a number of positions. For me,
Oh,
I see Radoni playing in the middle, just in front of obviously the front three. I think he's going to be the focal point in that kind of a central attacking role. For me, I think that Radoni plays best there. I think Anjorin will probably see out wide, which we kind of saw in glimpses.
yeah, he can play out there. He's got good pace as well, and he's strong.
Yeah, I just hope we can keep him fit, and if we can keep him fit, then he will be a very good signing. But he's worth the risk. Jordan, I mean, how are you feeling on this signing? It is. I hope you're feeling the same way about this.
No, yeah, no, I think it's really good. I think that obviously the last season he was injured quite a bit. I watched his player interview earlier on today on YouTube, and he looks very confident. It looks like he knows himself that last season. Obviously, if he hadn't have been injured, he'd have done 10, 15, 20 times better. And he said he's ready to go as well. So obviously now, I want him to put his mouth where his boots are and show what he's got. Because at the end of the day, Chelsea haven't signed him for nothing. We're talking about Chelsea Football Club here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
He's obviously got the talent there. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It seems to have uplifted the fans, which is what we all needed, because we're all absolute nervous wrecks right now. But yeah, I'm at ease now. But what's next is the question.
Yeah, no, that is the all question that we're always wanting to, what next. But I mean, for me though, I think Tino does have unfinished business here at Town, and I think that he wants to really showcase what he can do as well, because obviously last season he couldn't really do that. So yeah, I think he's come back and he does want to to showcase what he can do. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. But he does, he like I say, he's had a full pre-season. He's managed to stay fit, and the signs are promising. And we've got a real player on our hands if we can keep him.
He played for Chelsea in pre-season as well. There was this shot. I watched a highlight of a shot he had like a couple of days ago or a week ago, and it was an absolute scorcher. If he'd have scored that, it'd have been an absolute barrier, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, I think that the fact, obviously he did have a number of options really in terms of what he wants to do. Obviously Tino, his kind of club that he was going to, and obviously he chose us, which is credit to us. And like I say, I think it's a real promising kind of really promising sign. I'm really looking forward to see how he develops. Hello Hayden, hello, welcome. Nice to see you in. Now, like I said to you, Tom, I'm just kind of drafted up now. I want to talk about now the kind of like how the squad's shaping up basically now. Now, I've kind of drafted up a kind of a diagram here, which you can't see, but I'll read out of the options that we've got in certain positions, and I'll take it through with you, and I'll take the kind of obviously take it through in stages. So obviously I'll go with defence first. Obviously Nichols. I think Nichols is the only real keeper that we have that will really, in terms of keepers, if we get an injury, maybe a bit of trouble. But we have got Chapman to call upon if needed. But like I say, Nichols, you would think that he'd be staying fit all season anyway, so that's not a problem. Now let's start with left back. Now, obviously, we've got Nakayama who's coming to the club, and we've also got Ben Jackson, who obviously has been at the club, been at the club a number of years, obviously through the academy system mostly. They've been out on loan a few times, and people are kind of asking, will he be ready to be able to fill in that void if the likes of maybe Nakayama can't, maybe gets injured or whatever.
Is left back or centre back?
Nakayama, I put a left back because I think that's his best position, but he can play in various positions. He can play at centre back, and he can also play in central midfield as well.
So he's a Toffolo.
So yeah, he is technically a replacement for Toffolo. So yeah, I think Nakayama will go straight in though, like I say. And then obviously in centre back we've got Lees. Obviously, again I put Nakayama in centre back there as well because obviously he can play centre back. And Boyle, who obviously has come back to the club after having a few years away. Obviously, in the other position in centre back, Pearson obviously, and Edmonds Green as backup. This time, really impressive backup to have for sure. I think that he really, adds that kind of, that competition, because I think Edmonds Green is a very, very good, like I say, he had a good season last season, of course, at Rotherham. It's a big step up to come to the Championship, though, and do it at this level. But he's got it in him. And then finally, at right back, or however you want to say it, Turton, obviously first choice, and then this Spencer as backup at the moment. Now, obviously, I've gone through the defence. I mean, it is nice to have that depth. I mean, would you say that there's any positions that need to be strengthened along that back line, just to have a bit more depth? I mean, does Jackson need to go out on loan and maybe get another left back in? How do you see maybe?
What about Josh Russell, don't we, as well?
Oh, we have. I forgot about Josh. I mean, Josh. I've actually forgotten about Josh. Where does Josh Ruffles play, by the way? Because he's chopped my. Right, he plays at left back as well. So yeah, I mean, I haven't actually put him in my diagram, which is very bad of me. But I just kind of felt like I needed to put like 2 players in each position. I mean, are we happy with that depth in defence then overall?
I'm on defence with Spencer. He's never really had experience at Championship before, has he?
I mean, yeah, that right back. Yeah, that right back.
Maybe get a right back in on loan.
Yeah,
it's not a solid stone wall, though, is it?
No, I mean Spencer. If he does get an opportunity, you just never know. I don't buy this no experience, because I think you have to start somewhere in the team, and if he gets an opportunity, I think that he's got. But I just don't know. Like I say, there's questions, because like I say, he's not been the first team. I mean, like I say, Edmonds Green, though, is a good backup in centre back, isn't it? Someone that's really.
He can play right back, Edmonds Green.
Yeah, he can. I mean, he really will push Pearson for that place, by the way. Because I just think he's got the quality to do so. I mean, Boyle, can you see? But there's so many options as well, which is great. Boyle, I mean, can you see Boyle starting? Being a first choice.
A question mark on that one.
Yeah, but again, a good backup.
I think he'll start, me.
Boyle.
Yeah.
Personally, in my opinion, I think they'll start him. I think he'll. I think he'll come in.
So who would you? Let's put it out there. Who would be your 4 at the back in defence come next Friday night? Because it is only a week away, which I can't believe. It's going to be great. But yeah, who would you start in the 4 then? Presumably it's a 4.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's difficult, but what formation? Like I say, I'm.
We play the 3, don't we?
Well, we've played various formations over the last season, and really, we've kind of sometimes played that 4-3-3, but sometimes we've played all sorts of formations. So it just depends what Danny Schofield likes to play, But I suppose
I believe Schofield like 4-3-3 from what I've read.
Right. Okay. So for me, I think that I have to go with Nakayama at left back for me. Then I have to go with Lees at centre back, and then I have to go with Pearson partnering him. And I've got to go obviously with Turton at right back, because that's just the way I see that defence shaping. I mean, Tom, what do you agree or disagree with any of my kind of selections there?
Turton at right back. Pearson, Nakayama, Ben Jackson.
Right, so you'd put Ben Jackson in there. Yeah, you think he's
I rate him really highly as well.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, John, do you agree with that, or who would you kind of put in the formation? What formation would you go for in that back line, and who would you select for next week?
So obviously you've got Nakayama, Turton right back. That right back and left back position sorted. Lees.
Yes.
I'm just stuck because I think that I can just see Boyle in it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a very difficult selection, and yeah, but yeah, fair enough. That is a good.
Fair. I think obviously the defense is important, but I think that's we don't need any more transfers for defenders or anything like
No,
that. That's
yeah,
it. That's it for that back line now. So
yeah,
I think come Burnley we'll know. I think pre-season we've not really seen, because there's been that much change and difference. We've not seen like a solid. Wow, yeah, they're going to start. They've not played. He's not brought forward a starting 11 team in the pre-season. Like, do you know, he's just played like some on that side, and then he just I think come Burnley, obviously the first game of the season, that the starting lineup he goes for will be the one that's it then for unless there's an injury, because
yeah,
best side against Burnley.
yeah, absolutely. I think because obviously we haven't. I think pre-season's been fairly more short than usual this time, so that's probably why we haven't maybe seen a side that you can see, oh, right, he's going to play this side kind of thing. You kind of had to just get the players up to speed and get minutes for everybody, really, if you could say so. Now, this is the midfield. This is difficult now because obviously I'm playing the free in the midfield as well. I think that obviously you've got Kasumu there, and obviously Hogg can play there as well. Now, I think. I mean, I don't like.
Hogg is going to start.
I mean, for me though, I'm on about.
Hogg has to be the two. Like, you really need to think about. In my opinion, I think they're not going to replace Hogg this season. He's going to start, no matter what.
Yeah, but I don't agree with you there. I think that Kasumu is ready to step up to the plate, and I think he's a lot obviously quicker, and he's a lot more skillful than Hogg, and he'll offer that flexibility. And I think Hogg will be having a lot more competition than he's had previously, in my opinion. I think that Kasumu, depending on how the season starts, may get ahead of him at some point. But anyway, then obviously partnering kind of that role is obviously Russell, and then Hogg can play in that role as well. So it's not. I'm not saying drop Hogg completely. I'm just saying, but I think that Russell has to start as well. So I don't, and then obviously Radoni a bit further forward, and there's obviously, Tino can play in that role, and obviously Holmes can play in that role as well. So we've got.
Well, you like Holmes, don't you, Ryan? You think
no, but he's an option, but I'm not his biggest fan, no. But he is an option, and yeah. So again, the midfield is shaping up very nicely.
But this is what I'm thinking to myself: is it going to be free at the back because of that many options in midfield?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like obviously Kasumu's been brought in, okay, but I genuinely get where you're coming from. But Hogg is like the experience. He's like a Jordan Hendo or a Steven Gerrard to Huddersfield Town currently at the moment, in terms of he controls the team on the pitch. Like, he's the voice. When I'm watching Town play and I'm looking at Hogg, all I see is him, telling players where to go left and directing them. Obviously, Russell, you're completely correct. He's starting regardless. But like, I think what's that? Like, this is where the depth's going to come from now. It's like you've got Tino, you've got Kasumu, and you've got Radoni. I don't think Radoni will start.
I disagree. I'm sorry. I do. I think
Radoni's going to start.
Yes, I do. Because let me just say, but I'll just say evening to AFC Bournemouth fan. Hello there. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, for me, Radoni has got all the qualities to go straight into that side and look at home. And I think that he will be starting. Yeah, like I say, I think that the holding midfields will be Kasumu and Russell. I think I will start. I know it's hard to, and then I would put Radoni further forward, and I obviously play him just in behind behind Ward.
Hogg, Russell sit, Timo in the 10, and I've had Radoni on bench to come off.
Right. Yeah. Fair.
I choose Tino over Radoni.
There is all opinions, but I just think Radoni is one of the most exciting players that we've ever had at the football club in a while. Can I just say? Because if you look at his numbers last season, right, he was in a struggling Wimbledon side who, let's be honest, the quality around him,
His stats are quite unbelievable, weren't they?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. His stats was unbelievable last season, and that was in a team that was really.
And he's looked sharp in training as well.
But he looks in very good shape, and yeah, I really do think that he's ready to step up. Bournemouth versus Bristol City friendly. All right, is it very nice? Like I said, I wish Bournemouth all the best for the new season in the Premier League. But yeah, so yeah, and then obviously, so yeah, we're kind of in a bit of disagreement with things like that, but you know, that's my opinions. But yeah, then obviously in the front three, I put Tino as an option on the left because he can play there, and he did play there quite a few times for us. You know, when we saw him. Then there's Holmes that can play out on the wing, even though I don't think Holmes really should be anywhere near the squad. But anyway, and Koroma is looking in very good shape. You know, he has come back. He looks in better shape than he was last season. I know he's had his injury issues. And I think that, you know, if you can get Koroma going again, he's a real asset to our team. It's like a new signing because, like I say, last season, he just suffered quite a lot and he couldn't get to the level. Then there's Duran on the fringes maybe, and then there's Jones. I've put on there. So that left attacking midfield role of the front three, sorry, should I say, is very, very competitive. And obviously Ward up front for me. Phillips I've put as a potential player that, you know, will be back up to Ward, and then obviously Rhodes. And then obviously on the right, Sorba Thomas, obviously, for me, has to start. And I've put Mahoney as backup. Again, Holmes can play on the right. And then there's Rowe as well. I mean, how do you see that? Because I do like the three, you know, at the front there. I mean, how do you see the front three, Tom?
My front three. Sorba on the right. No, Sorba on the left. On the right, I've gone Mahone here and Ward up front.
Yeah. I mean,
wingers, they switch anyway, the wingers, while they're playing.
I do prefer Sorba on that right hand side, admittedly, but I know that he can play both. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, John, what are you thinking in them?
Sorba Thomas on the right. Danny Ward's going to go up front, and Holmes is going on the left.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Of all options we've got, and you decide to, I'm sorry. Anyway, it is one of those.
And if you said how it stops working, then take him off by all means. But I want Holmes for Burnley. I think he's like Marmite. I've seen lots of people say, you know, you either love him or you hate him, and
yeah,
and for me, I get your point, Ryan. There's games where you just think
a lot of games.
You're rubbish, mate. But then there's other games where I just see, like I was saying to you last time, every time I see him on that ball, he's always trying to press forward. And I love his dribbling. I think his dribbling's amazing. I think the technical ability when he's like turning and spinning players and getting out of them situations, I think I put Holmes in there because personally I think
yeah, fair enough. A bit, yeah, like I say, fair play.
You hate him, but yeah, you actually hate him.
No, I don't hate any town player, by the way. I'm just not his biggest fan. That's what I'll always stick by. So yeah, I mean, so just to summarise, and obviously we've gone through the squad quite nicely there. I mean, obviously I touched upon this with you, John, the other day, but obviously, I mean, are we happy with the squad going into next week now? Then are we feeling really happy with how it's shaped up?
No. Go on, Tom. Sorry, mate.
I think we need a striker in and a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then I think we're set.
So I'm right in saying that you don't think Phillips is ready to be that backup.
What I've read on Twitter today, apparently he's being loaned out.
Oh, really? Right.
That's what I've seen on Twitter today, yeah.
Right, fair enough. So that potentially could happen over the next few days. But yeah, so you think we need more backup in that striking role? Obviously, we need another goalkeeper backup potentially, but yeah, good shout. Jordan, I mean, talk to me. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you think we all know, we've all been kind of, well, we don't know, but we kind of been speaking about this, about maybe do we need a striker Do we not? But apart from that, I think our squad is looking very good depth-wise. We've gone through the squad and we've got numerous players in each position. That's what you want in a squad.
Yeah, but we need a striker.
But it's neither the completed article then. It's neither the.
You know what? Shocked. I'm nearly satisfied. But apparently I've got my notifications on because we put a bid in for a striker in the last. Well, that's what the news is. We put in. There's no news of it. Apparently, we've put a bid in for a striker. That's what's on Twitter currently at the moment trending.
Oh, could that player potentially be Lewis Graben of all names? Potentially.
Well, I commented on that, and I don't think it is. Tom commented on my tweet, didn't you, earlier on, and said that we won't be able to afford his wages.
But would his wages be that high though, Tom? Though, really, in comparison to maybe someone like Gale, who's obviously gone elsewhere now.
What's Graben now?
Fans saying it as well. Loads of fans talking about how his wages were really high at Forest.
I'm not sure how old he is now. To be honest with Graben, is he about 28 or something like that? Because
how old is Graben now? I'm just thinking he's older. In his 30s, he could take a pay cut.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it depends what he wants in his career now. Does he want to be looking at maybe potentially playing a lot of games? He's 34, by the way. He's older than I thought. I don't know if he's maybe too kind of. Oh, would you take Carl? Oh, hello, Dan. By the way, hello, welcome. Would you take Carl Grant back on loan or some from West Brom?
No.
Thoughts? I mean, I don't think I would either. To be honest with you, I think he's.
It's never going to happen, but I would.
I think his attitude towards the end of his town career didn't really fit. It didn't really do himself any favours the way he seemed to down tools before he'd even moved, which I don't really like. I don't think he should come back, to be honest with you. I think we should go maybe somewhere. We should go elsewhere for someone if we are to get a striker in, because I'm still on the fence about the striker situation. I think we've got goals around the whole team. I don't think we need. I think it'd be nice to get another striker in, but I wouldn't be dissatisfied with the as it is.
Even in my head, I'm thinking to myself, even if we do get another striker, I'm thinking to myself, Danny Ward's still going to start.
No, Danny Ward's I think Danny Ward should be looking at number one. He's the number one striker to take. At the moment, as the season progresses, will competition places then play a part. But for now, first.
Like when he's on form, he's at fire.
Yeah,
when he's on form. Like last season they were absolutely amazing, fantastic. But then, it's like all strikers, isn't it? You hit a dip in form, but a bit more consistency. Like if Danny Ward hits that low form, then that's why that replacement striker needs to come in to pick that up. Because I think Gordon Rhodes, as much as like I said, I absolutely love the legend. Yeah, I think that. God, he's not got 10, 15, 20 goals in him anymore, has he? Let's be honest.
No, he's a player that comes off the bench and does a job for you and does get goals from the bench, but he can't play the game. No chance. I mean, Dan said Naki Wells. Would you take Naki Wells back potentially? A good player in his prime?
Crap at the moment. Last season, you should see his stats. I think he got like two goals or something last season for Bristol.
Yeah, I suppose. But, I mean, obviously, he's had a great time with us at Town, obviously, and he's got that special connection with us. I think he could potentially do a job for us. But would he play backup for the start of the season? I don't know.
Graben as well. That's what I'm talking about. It's like even if we bring Lewis Graben in, and we talk about when he actually comes to sign his contract, he's going to be like, I'm not going to be bench fodder. I'm not going to sit on the bench, and then that's time to make the decision of, well, do we take Danny Ward off Graben? And I don't know where it's going to go. Yeah, I think we're probably going to get replacement striker. It's not going to be a wow signing. I don't think where it's like goals. I think we've settled for it now. I think that's that's the team for the season now. I think, mate.
Yeah, I do, and I'm very, like I say earlier, I'm very happy with how it's up now. Like I say, maybe barring a few places, maybe a striker. I'm still not going to be dissatisfied if we don't get one in. Potentially a backup goalkeeper because we don't really have one. But apart from that, yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with how things are looking there. Now, obviously, we go into it's tomorrow. Our final pre-season games tomorrow. Obviously, we travel to Tranmere first, and then we go to Bolton. I think we need to really up the tempo in these games. Like I said, we need to be going into the season with a win. I know we've maybe not really got going in pre-season so far, but I think it's important to go into the season with a win in the pre-season friendlies for sure. I mean, Tom, do you agree with what I said? What are you thinking? We do need to win tomorrow, surely, to get that.
One of them.
Yeah.
I think in one of the games, I think you might see what the actual lineup might be for Burnley as well.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to. I just want us to score some goals and just be more clinical, and be interesting to see how Radoni does as well.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say he'll be in the squad for tomorrow, definitely. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. But yeah,
that lineup for Burnley though.
Yeah, that's the main focus now, of course. But I think that we just need to be obviously winning tomorrow for sure. I mean, Matty Vidra is available on a free. I want him to sign a new contract, but he's available. I mean, would you take Vidra? Vidra is a quality player. He's proven at this level. He's scored.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't even realise that. Yeah, Vidra's all right, regardless of obviously his stats and stuff. He's still Premier League worthy. He's like a Premier League worthy striker all day, every day. Like Vidra's someone like Fulham or Bournemouth or, well, not Forest, but I'd take Vidra all day, mate.
Well, let's be honest, Forest seem to want everybody at the moment, but yeah.
300k a week for two. I'm fond of it. I don't have any issue about that, mate. I think I was seeing some comments earlier on from Forest fans saying this is how we're doing it because every other relegation battle team don't do it like this. They try and cut money and save play wages and don't get the big. Like Jesse Lingard, what a signing! Like that's
200 grand a week for a year.
I think that's how you do it. Me and Ryan were talking last week about how the probably hardest part about getting into the Premier League is then staying up. You've got to risk and spend money. Like Town, you spend 60 million and it goes. Sometimes it does, but we didn't get players like Jesse Lingard, did we?
No, we didn't. But the reality,
the thing with Lingard is he probably will play behind Forest's front two, and O'Brien and Yates would likely be behind him. And I think Lingard is actually a quality signing for him.
He is absolutely solid, and
he is. But the Star Contrast series, I know we spent, we didn't kind of do what Forest did, but the reality is, if we would have spent wisely in the money that we did spend, it would still have worked out for us. For me, I believe. Now Forest can spend money left, right, and centre, but what if they don't stay up? Which is a real possibility. By the way, they are in the relegation fight for me this season. Now, if they go down, then that's when you can start having troubles because you spent all that money, and then you're not.
I don't know what the deal was with Lingard. How long the contract was for? Was it a year?
No, it's a year. It's a year. Lingard wasn't prepared to commit any further.
So after this year, they can just really if they don't do it and they get relegated again, and it's only a year contract, they can just release him.
Yeah, what I'm saying to is it's the losses that it'll take from a relegation. I just think that you're playing dangerous water there if you're spending whatever you want kind of thing. You've got to be careful still, even if you are in the Premier League. 1 week today we go from friends to friendly. I will never be your frenemy, Dan. We are not frenemies, but yeah, it is one of those. We do obviously face Burnley. Just kind of as the season is getting closer and closer, Tom, how are you feeling now? How are you feeling at the point now, ahead of the season, a week to go?
I'm feeling all right. I'll probably next week, this time next Friday, I will be shitting bricks. Oh, sorry. I'll be shitting bricks and I'll be very nervous. I'll be having a lot of beer, basically.
What are you feeling? How are you feeling in terms of going into this? Do you feel like we can have a real positive season, or how are you feeling at this point?
I think I'm really looking forward to the season. I really think we can do well again. But I think we finish 9th or 8th, I don't think we get playoffs this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're shocked. I know you're shocked, but
Well, I've gone for a second place, so you're more shocked, John. Well, yeah, you already know my prediction. I mean, Jordan. I mean, he's getting closer and closer now to this season starting. How are you feeling at this point?
Oh, now with Tino in, and because I said to you, now with Toffolo and O'Brien's gone 7th or 8th, and we've missed playoffs. But honestly, player can literally just change my mind just like that. That from today has changed my concept completely. I think that we're not championship winners. I think we'll be about fourth, third or fourth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, good shout. I mean, Dan says right now I'm saying you beat us on the open day. We are still trying to get the team to gel. That said, up the clarets, he says. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a good point. They're still in transition, Burnley, a lot, and I think that it's a good time to play Burnley, by the way, because if you're talking about, maybe a few months into the season, that's when the worst times to play them because they're settled in and they're more at home kind of thing, if you could say so. So it is a good time to play Burnley.
Town.
Yeah. Pardon?
Town. Holmes with the hat trick.
I tried to not laugh then, but I just couldn't.
What would you do if Holmes actually scored a hat trick against Burnley?
I think I may actually feign and not believe myself, and actually have to look at the scorecard to just believe it. Because but to be honest with you, I don't have that problem.
I'd hate it to be 0. I'd take the point against Burnley, but I'd hate it to be 1. Do you know if you're opening game of the season and you're like 0-0 and you don't really get to see what's to come. I'd take 0-0 against Burnley all day, every day. A point is good, but
yeah, no, we need to be winning at the opening day for me. I think that we've got to looking to get. I mean, maybe 1 or 2. I mean, I'm going to be doing a preview to that to the game next week. So yeah, it'll be obviously looking more detail about that obviously next week. But yeah, I think that we can be. We'll just have to see. But I don't include a Dwayne Holmes hat trick in that, unfortunately. Sorry, Holmes. Because
watching now.
Pardon?
Probably watching now. Nice.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad towards him anyway. Now it looks like James has had struggling with connection issues, so it doesn't look like he's joining us today, which is a real shame because it would have been great to have him on the channel again. I mean, just touching on, obviously, now the dust has settled, obviously, on kind of Toffolo and O'Brien leaving. I mean, if as much as I think that the bigger loss is Lewis O'Brien here, I'm going to be honest, because I think that, Toffolo, if you looked at, he was great going forward, and his numbers going forward was great, but that wasn't really what he was in the team for. He was in the team to actually defensively be a lot stronger than maybe he should. I think defensively he wasn't as good as people made out, really, in my opinion.
But he replaced that with his contributions. And
that's what he's in the team for. He's in the team. He's in that position at the back, and he needs to be doing his duties at that point as well. Getting goals and assists going forward is a bonus in that position.
Ryan, the game's changed. The left backs and the right backs of today. Like for me, the left backs and the right backs for me. Yeah, I understand where they do have to be coming back and doing the defensive duties, but if they're attacking goal contributions from last season, like Harry Toffolo's, if he contributed as much to the team as what he did last season, then all right, defensively he didn't do too good. But I won't even dwell on it. I won't even think about his defensive duties. I'd be thinking, well, do you know what? The game has changed. The fullbacks now have developed more of an attacking forward. If he was always staying and dropping back, then yeah. But I think that the amount of runs forward Toffolo did, it'd probably be quite difficult to then obviously constantly track back to the players to get it. I just think that I don't like the prick, but I think that I just think that left back and right, like I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is absolutely crap defensively. But
Yeah, he is.
But he's the best right back in the world.
No, but it still gets mentioned that he's defensively not good enough, even though he's in that position where he does get forward and he's very good at getting forward. It's still that question mark over his defensive because that's where his position is.
Reece James, I think, with Trent's qualities.
Yeah, Reece James is very good. I like Reece James actually.
Chelsea fans, like, they rave about Reece James is the best right back in the world. I don't think he is. Trent is for me.
Yeah, absolutely. If Dwayne Holmes bangs a hat trick, even I'll get home and 3 footballs tattooed on my thigh. Oh my god! I know.
We're back in 2-6.
No worries. I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, we've kind of covered everything really in today's episode. I think that it's been a shorter one than normal, but it's still been a very, very kind of good one. I mean, well, I'll just have to see what happens. But like I say, obviously Lewis O'Brien, I think that's one that hurts the most for me because the guy is just was so good for so quality, and you know, it's just hard to take. Like I say, obviously them both going to fight, but like I say, it is. And if you kind of recognise, well, them two players were the people that obviously claimed for the penalties in the playoff finals. You know, that's a bit of a coincidence, obviously, that they find themselves, obviously.
You imagine them now, sat in players' lounge, absolutely pissing themselves, thinking, it should have been a penalty. Lewis O'Brien and Harry Toffolo all just sat there laughing at us. Because I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It does. It just hurts a lot losing someone like Lewis O'Brien for me the most, and it is hard. But I mean, those players have moved on. We have to move on. That's football, and we've got replacements in that can do a job for us and do a very good job at that. I believe. You know, you won't replace Lewis O'Brien, but you can get someone that's like for like and still really have a fantastic season. Like we have done, obviously. Like I say, it is one of those. So yeah, I mean, any final thoughts going in? I mean,
no, I just want to see what the striker, who this replacement striker is, because I think there's a bid, but my notifications are on, and we'll just see what's going on.
So there's been no name mentioned at the moment for this striker because I've not seen that.
No, none at all.
All right. Well,
just all town like transfer watchers and stuff. Yeah, they've obviously posted a tweet out saying keep your notifications on. Huddersfield Town have put a bid in for a striker, name unknown yet.
Right.
So they're obviously getting the sources from somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they must be. But again, I'm very scared until I've actually seen something that's concrete. I do feel like, unless there's a name mentioned as well, I think it's just a rumor at this point.
But anyway, Ryan, that's me, mate. All right.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, and all right, see you.
See you later, guys.
But yeah, that obviously was John. Thank you for him for coming on. Like I say, it's great to have him on the channel. So yeah, like I say, guys, let me know in the chat if you've got any comments on what you want to say, anything. Let get involved. I'm happy to kind of read some comments. Any questions you've got, I'll be happy to answer them. Obviously, Tom will be back in a second. But yeah, obviously, if you are new to the channel, like I said, please hit the subscribe button. I can't speak tonight. I don't know why. It is free. It is free. That is a good thing. It is free. And it is just down. Oh gosh, I can't actually get. Anyway, it's down here. No, it's the other way. It's down here, I think. But yeah, yeah. Like I say, please subscribe. Like I say, on the road to 100 subscribers. We are getting closer. By the day, we are getting closer. It is unbelievable, really. How kind of quickly I've grown. It's actually been 2 months as well, by the way, since I set up the channel. And if I look at my first video, I cringe at myself. But now I feel a lot better. You're muted, Tom, or I can't hear you.
I remember your first video as well.
I cringe, honestly, I cringe. But yeah, I've come a long way since then in them 2 months. And I appreciate everybody's support, by the way. It means a lot to me. But yeah, I mean, we are coming to the 45-minute mark. We've had a good chat, obviously, about various things. And yeah, it's obviously been kind of good. Like I say, if you do like the video, though, please hit the like button. It does help with the algorithm. So like I said, it does help me get the video noticed more.
How many subs have you got now?
I think the last time I checked it was 86 or 7. I can't remember now.
Right, you need to get Ryan up to 100 by next Friday.
Yeah, that would be a great little. Yeah, it's 86. That would be a great little nice opening day surprise if I can get there. But yeah, obviously, I will be back with another vlog tomorrow. I'll be vlogging the Tranmere match. Obviously, I'm going to Tranmere tomorrow to watch the Terriers.
I'm off to Bolton game tomorrow.
Now, I am very tempted to come through to Bolton. Obviously, Bolton's on the way back home. So I'm very tempted to go and come and have a look as well if I can, depending on time. But yeah, we'll have to see. So yeah, I might go to the Bolton one as well. But I won't be vlogging both. I'll just be vlogging the Tranmere one. So there is a vlog coming tomorrow though, which is fantastic news for you all who enjoy my vlogs. And yeah, that's what's coming up. What else is coming up? Plenty more to come up in terms of obviously previews next week for the Burnley game. Of course, when we get closer, I think I've penciled in. When is it now? I think I penciled in Thursday at 5:30 next week for the preview for the Burnley match. So yeah, obviously I've got Dan coming on from Turf Moorhouse TV, who will be joining me.
I'll be on for that.
Yeah, and like I said,
I'll be backing up because I know I'll be giving Dan.
Yeah, it would be nice to have somebody else to not back me up because Dan's a great guy, to be honest with you. But yeah, it'd be nice to have another Terrier joining me on.
Yeah, I'll join. Pencil me down for that. I'll be on next Thursday.
Yeah, no problem. I will do that. So yeah, I mean, I was just saying to John. I mean, obviously, losing Lewis O'Brien really hurts still. It will hurt for some time, I think.
As much as the game's changed with fullbacks and that, I do think Lewis is more of a loss than Toff. Because when Toffolo's played, you can easily replace him with Ruffles.
Yeah.
It was good in it. I reckon Ruffles actually may start quite a lot this year, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There's competition now, and Ruffles obviously has looked good when he's come in. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on.
But from the training videos, I mean, yesterday I've watched them. It does look like we are playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I mean,
like a number 10. But yeah. I've even changed my front three now. I was thinking about it going downstairs. I've had Radoni in the 10. I've had Timo out on the left, Sauber on the right, and Ward up front.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking at my lineup. I've actually gone for a 4-2-3-1 as well. Because I think Radoni really suits that. You know,
Radoni can go out and win as well. They could change.
Yeah, I know, but I just think he's got that creative flair that should be in the middle for me, and let him roam about. I think that's what you've got to give him a license to roam about rather than just be on.
He's looked sharp, and if he can replace O'Brien type, you know, who knows?
I mean, yeah, it is. Like I said, I am really impressed with Radoni. I think his stats don't lie. In his struggling side last season, like I say, and he still managed to get the numbers he did. It shows credit to him there. Like I say, he looks in very good shape, and I think that he's ready to step up to the championship and really take. I think we'll see a very good pro off the field as well. I think you can just tell he's excited, obviously, about getting. Now, obviously, it'd be interesting to see how the lineup develops, like I said. But I mean, we've got so many options now. It's hard to and I don't like leaving out Hogg, which I said earlier. I don't, because I think Hogg is such a spine of our team, and I
think that's a question mark one. That's a question mark. Though I think Hogg or Casimir. Oh, you've forgot another player. Kamara from B team as well can play that role.
I mean, he can, but I just don't think he's ready at this point. Kamara, in all fairness, I think that I think so.
Casimir and Hogg, it's gonna. Will Schofield take a gamble into starting Casimir over Hogg?
I don't think it's a gamble though, because I think Kasumu has shown what he can do elsewhere. And I think if we can keep him fit, that would be great. Because, like I say, his fitness.
Russell can play the deeper role as well.
Yeah, I've put Russell in the other Deep role, yeah. I put Russell. I think Russell definitely starts. That's one place done.
Well, it's quality.
I think Kasum will obviously partnering for me, and then obviously Radoni just in front, further forward. Yeah, it is.
But I'm really excited for the season because weekends have been so boring without the football.
It'll be good to get back underway, and like I say, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we get on. I mean, I still stick by my prediction. I think that we can have a really strong season, and I think we can get into that top 2 place. And I know I'm laughing, but I'm just being genuine here. But yeah, thank you, Matt, as well, by the way, for obviously doing a bit of promo in the comments. Yeah, like I say, it is free to subscribe. I don't want to beg, and I don't want to say it too many times, but the subscription button is just below. If you like what you hear, if you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe. There's plenty more.
Do not miss any content, guys. Ryan, the content you produce is just so good. You know, I know it's not easy either because you've got to fit it in time slots, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not easy. Like I say, you've got like the confidence. Maybe when I started wasn't so good, but I've developed that, and it's not easy to get on camera and speak either. So
no, because you don't know what kind of comments are going to come through with some of them, do you? Either as well.
No, there's been challenges along the way, but you know we're
remember that video that we did after playoff final where that Luton fan came on?
Yeah, I do remember that, and I think that's. I've learned a lesson though. There, obviously, I kind of if people want to come on, they'll have to get in touch with me before, and they'll have to be a legitimate person that I know as well. So that's kind of learning curve I've made from that. But yeah, obviously, it's been amazing. I continue to keep working hard. Like I say, it's also important to obviously hear what everybody else wants me to do in the future as well.
I'm wanting to do a YouTube channel, but I need to get the confidence in myself to do it.
Yeah.
I have confidence at the minute to do it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully being on this show helps you kind of build that confidence a bit. But But yeah, we head to Tranmere and Bolton respectively tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see how the lads get on. Like I said, we'll see. Well, we might see Tino tomorrow actually as well, which will be good and really exciting.
I believe he joined them at St George's Park, didn't he, today?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, I think he will. And like I say, he has just flown back from America on Thursday, so it might be. But potentially, we'll definitely see Radoni playing, which will be exciting. So it's really exciting times. It's going to be a great day, and we're just going to have to see. Like I say, I think this week's going to be the longest week because in the build to the season, it always seems to be the longest week that you have to wait, obviously. But it seems to have gone quick so far. I mean,
it does.
Like I say, guys, if you have got any further comments before we leave you this evening to enjoy your Friday, let us know. Let us know any questions you want to ask. We'll be happy to obviously to do so. But yeah, there's a lot of potential.
I'm going to be doing a preview on my Instagram for the Town Burnley game on Wednesday about 5, if you're available.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
So if you want to come on, I'm gonna try get a few. I've got a few Burnley friends, so I'm gonna try get them on it as well.
Yeah, I'll be happy to come on and say my piece, of course. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. But yeah, you do well with your spaces. I think your spaces are what I've kind of done a bit of that with my kind of sometimes not really. I've delved into it a bit, but I'm doing it consistently. But
I haven't been on spaces at all. I've just took a break from them because some of them got toxic. I just said no, I can't be bothered doing them.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if we look, so yeah, I think that it's also still early days because we haven't seen kind of players, but just to clarify. I want to take you through my starting 11 for the season because I think I kind of did it too bitty in that first thing. So we're just
no, you did all right. You did all right.
Well, but I want to go through it without stopping and starting. So obviously, you have to go with Nichols in goal. Absolute colossal.
Yeah,
you cannot. I'm so happy we've managed to keep him and he's here with us. And yeah, it's great to see him back. And I'm looking forward to seeing him again. For me, I have to go with somebody that maybe I haven't seen yet, but he's a great character, it seems. like I said, we saw him at Doncaster. He was actually in the stands, wasn't he, at Doncaster, Nakayama, and obviously interacting with fans. He seems a great character.
Left back, innit?
Pardon?
Left back.
Yeah, so left back, I've gone Nakayama. Well, he can play various positions, but I think left back, I think we should see him there. The centre back pairing is so difficult, but I just can't drop the players.
This is probably one of the positions that's actually difficult to choose.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Hello, Emmanuel. No problem for being late. You don't need to apologise, but welcome in. I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're well. We just kind of touched upon, obviously, Tino coming back to the club. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. And also, we're kind of just going through the squad depth. Are you happy with the squad now, Emmanuel? Do you think that we need to get any more players in? Let me know your thoughts on that as well. And how confident are you going into Burnley next week? It's only a week away, can you believe it? It's literally going to be here before we know it. So yeah, let me know about everything that I've kind of said. It'll be great to hear what you think. But yeah, moving on to as we wait for them comments coming through. Yeah, so Leeds, I have to start with Leeds, and then I have to go with Pearson. But I just think it just depends how everybody kind of starts the season. But we've got different options. I mean, Boyle's and the one that I'd love to fit in there, but I just don't know at the moment. I just feel like them two are the best centre back pair. And then obviously on the right, I mean, I think I'd probably have to start with Tatum just based on, he had a slow start admittedly last season, but he got better and better and better as the season went on. He looks a very solid right back for us now. So, and I think that Spencer as well, there is question marks over him and if he's ready. Obviously, that's always the question mark, isn't it, when players haven't been in the first team much. But yeah, I think that Spencer obviously plays back up. And obviously, I've played, just to let everybody know, I am playing 4-2-3-1. I think that's a really, really positive formation. Hello, British chat. Welcome on in. Hello. Yeah, the stream's going well, thank you. We've had a great chat about, obviously, Anjorin coming in and talked about the squad depth. And obviously, our thoughts going into this season, obviously, with a week to go. That opener against Burnley at home. So, yeah, it's been good. Yeah, thank you. I hope you're well, by the way. But, yeah, thank you for coming in. So, like I said, 4-2-3-1. So, Kasumu has to go in that deep line role with Russell. I just can't. I know I just can't keep Hogg out the team, but I just don't know where to place him. Now, and then moving swiftly on before I change my mind, Radoni has to start in that central, place a bit higher up, just in front, obviously, in front of Ward, because I think you need to give a player like that the free flowing role because I think he's so talented, he's so skillful, he's so quick. That we'll see him get on the ball and look to kind of create a lot of chances as well. He's a very good creator. Now on the left-hand side of the attack, I can't remember who I actually went. I don't think I actually went. I think I might have actually said Tino for this one in the early on. But Koroma will be knocking on the door, I believe, for this position as well this season. I really would love to see him do that because I think he's a great talent. It's great to see him.
I would as well.
You can see he's in a lot better shape, like I said earlier. He looks a lot better, and I think that he's worked hard over the summer, for sure. On the right-hand side, I've gone with Sorba Thomas. It has to be Sorba for me. I think his numbers can get even better this year. I think the only thing that Sorba needs to do now is to score a few more goals because obviously he's in that position where he's maybe expected to get a few more. He only managed 3 goals last season. Admittedly, he got a lot of assists, but I think to take him to that next level, he needs to contribute a bit more in the goal front as well. And obviously up front, I have to go with Danny Ward leading the line. But yeah, do you want to take us through your team, Tom, of how you see our strong?
Yeah. Nichols in goal.
Yeah.
From right to left. Right back Turton. Centre backs. This is a tricky one. This is what I know. Now, Pearson, Lees. Now, Is he championship ready? Even though we just signed him. I'd go Nakamura at left back.
Yeah.
My two sitting ones, Russell and Hogg.
Yeah.
Now in the number 10, Radona. On the left, Timo.
Yeah.
On the right, sort of an up front, Danny Ward.
Yeah. Well, that is a great selection, and I can't disagree with what you've said there.
Who did you go on the left again?
Pardon?
Who did you pick for left wing?
I put Tino.
We've got
Yeah, we're very similar. We're the same apart from you've put Hoggy in instead of Kasumu, but yeah. So we're very close. We're very close to our lineups. I mean, let's have a look here. Emmanuel says, I'm hoping Tino gets the chance to prove himself this season and play well. I feel it would be good now to get a striker and a backup for Lee Nichols. And I think the squad will complete. Yeah, we've kind of echoed that, to be fair. We're kind of looking at the goalkeeping position. We do need a backup. Obviously, a striker. I'm on the fence for this. I've said it earlier. I think that we've got players that score across the pitch. We don't, but another striker would be nice, but I wouldn't be dissatisfied if we didn't get one in. I think I'd still be very, very happy with that attacking line that we've got and what we've got at our disposal. Obviously, you're hoping Tino gets. I think he will get a chance as long as he keeps fit. He will get a chance in this lineup, and I think that it'd be interesting to see how he does over the full season. Hopefully, if we keep him fit again. But we have got great medics at the club. Obviously, we managed to kind of. Who else was injury prone? We managed to get him playing at a lot of games. I can't remember now. There's somebody that was really injury prone, but we've actually. Oh, Danny Ward. We managed Danny Ward very well last season, actually, to say that obviously he's injury prone, so we have got great medics there.
That's what I thought. I think there were two players last season that were very injury prone and they ended up playing good. There were Timo, and I think was it Tiani?
Yeah, Sinani. Yeah, obviously Sinani was another one. Obviously that's kind of gone back now. But I think that for me, I don't think Tino. Tino. Okay, stayed fit, but like I say, the medics couldn't really do anything with that because he'd already come in injured, and then it took ages for him to get up to speed of things. So
he broke his metatarsal, didn't
he? Yeah, it was a nasty injury, to be fair. So yeah,
I mean, I've done that, and it's not an easy injury to come back from at all.
It doesn't sound nice at all.
It's right into the bone of the foot as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm hoping Tino can prove himself this season. I think if we get a striker, I feel the squad will be complete. Yeah, I mean, it's a debatable one. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying we do need a striker. For me,
you know that Twitter account that Dr. Knows who does all the transfers.
Oh yeah.
He has on the other journalists on the strings as well.
Oh really? Yeah, he seems to be.
I saw he tweeted the other day saying that apparently we want 4 more players.
I mean,
now,
if
we do, backup goalkeeper, maybe a right back.
Yeah.
I don't think what other position could be.
We've got a lot of depth in our squad, so I don't think there's many places to really fill, to be honest with you. I think
there's a few B team players in that squad that could make kind of a breakthrough, like Diarra, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Grant can maybe do something this time.
I don't think they'll be in and around the first team. I think they might be like, like a player gets injured. I think their slot come in then.
The fact that there's 5 substitutions now that can be made, by the way, this season as well.
Does that mean there's 6 substitutions on bench and you can
it'll increase now by 2. It'll be the bench will increase by 2 now. So yeah,
that'll be 9 subs on bench.
Yeah, it's be interesting one to see, but it'll be good though because it'll be good to have more options from the bench. I think it's a good idea.
Our bench, I'm just looking at it on my phone. I've written down our squad. It's actually looking quite good as a bench,
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
You could have Chapman, then you'd have Ruffles, Boyle, Hogg.
Yeah. Oh, you put Hogg on the bench. I thought you put Hogg as a starter.
I've changed it now. I've changed it.
Oh, you changed it. Oh, right. Make your mind up.
You'd have Hogg, Holmes, Karoma,
Yeah.
Manone, Rhodes, Rowe, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, Rowe did come off injured, didn't he, by the way, against Harrogate? He didn't last long in that game against Harrogate.
No, it was Aaron's, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Aaron's? Right. So, right, I'm getting confused.
You know the one that's always injured and never plays?
Yeah, but both of them were very injured. Both of them have been injured, so...
I do think Rolando Aaron's now, I do think he needs to go because he's... I mean, what did he come on? Beginning at second half, it went off. Was it the 50th minute?
Yeah, he did. And we shouldn't laugh really, but yeah. I mean,
what kind of injury was it? Because didn't you go to it?
I'm not. No, I did go, but I didn't see the injury. It didn't seem to be anything major anyway. It just seems to, yeah. I mean, the other thing is that obviously Vallejo that we had last season. It's a shame that his injury problems caused, because when we saw him, he was a real talent. He's a real top quality footballer.
We were like Busquets, and Huddersfield Town version of Sergio Busquets.
Yeah, he was. So that is a real shame that players can get injuries, but we're kind of just digressing from everything that we can say. But yeah, the squad is very, very nicely shaped up. I'm happy if it stays like this. It'd be nice to get a striker in, but if we don't, then
I mean, Sorba, he hasn't gone to St George's Park, has he, with the squad?
I don't know, because I know you saw that. I knew you said. Did you say that you didn't see any pictures of him? Maybe
I didn't see him any pictures of him. He may have gone, but be doing behind the work scenes.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think so.
I know also people saying that he's got a slight injury.
No, I don't think so, because he looked, like I say, he's unless he's just stayed back and been working with the other team at the training ground potentially, on his own, but.
Well, yeah, there's a few first teamers that actually haven't travelled. Ryan Schofield hasn't gone.
I don't know if he's his first teamer, Tom, but yeah, fair enough.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, players that have been in the first team, yeah. But, I mean, Sorba's a key player in the squad, so he's a strange one if he hasn't gone, but maybe he just hasn't been picked. I don't know, but I'm interested to see if he's obviously there tomorrow then in one of the games. Who do you see as taking to which place then tomorrow? Because obviously Tranmere. I mean, would you see maybe which kind of squad would you see full strength side being played at? Would you say Bolton because it's the bigger test?
I'd say Bolton because it's the bigger test, and I'd say it'd be the squad that played against Harrogate. I think against Tranmere.
Yeah.
But I do think Timo. I do think Radoni may go play in the Tranmere game, and Timo may go to the Bolton game.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Radoni at the Tranmere game, to be honest. I'm not obviously because I am going to that one, but yeah, it would be good to see him because I think we're all in anticipation to see his first moments in the Township, aren't we? To be honest with you, Radoni. But
well, we know what Timo's about. I'm actually excited to see how well actually Radoni is and Nakamura as well.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, there's both players there. They've got they've got ability. There's a player in them all. But I just think we'll have to wait and see. I mean, would you be looking to introduce some of the youngsters to the squad this season, or how is your opinion differing on that?
I think for me, I think there's a few that are good enough. I think Ben Jackson, Danny Grant, from the bits I've seen from him. Who else? Pat Jones as well.
Yeah. So
but one for me that I think will make a surprise into the first team is Brahima Diarra.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean,
I've seen the training videos. He basically he's been like training in a left wing role. I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, obviously. Yeah. I mean, excuse my laughing fits. Yeah, sometimes do this right stream. But yeah, I mean, he's still young. you do see players changing positions sometimes, maybe suited at different positions. But yeah, I mean, do you see Spencer maybe knocking on the door this season, or do you want him to go on?
I'd say, yeah. He's played in senior football, hasn't he? In international bit for Northern Ireland. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah. So, I mean, so them players that you mentioned there, you would be happy to see them in the starting 11.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah.
you're comfortable
I mean,
with them.
hopefully it doesn't. If Sorba got injured or any other Grant in, because I think Danny Grant has really got good potential.
Yeah, absolutely. You do. I think the B team will play at Tranmere and first at Bolton. Fair enough. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I probably will be able to get to both, and I'm very tempted to do so because, like I say, it's on the way home. So if I see the stadium on the way home, I probably will just kind of divert off and go to the Bolton game as well. So it just depends about timing. My concern is, will I get there in time? I should do.
It's not bad, is it, really?
Well, no, it's not. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it should be all right for timing, but I'm just saying it depends how. I mean, I probably may have to leave the Tranmere game a few minutes earlier. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that is it. That is it for today's episode, guys. Like I said, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you, Emmanuel, for coming in late. Thank you everybody that's tuned in. By the way, I really appreciate you being here. Tom, as ever, it's been a pleasure to have you on the channel.
Happy to come on. I like doing these shows.
Yeah, like I say, thank you, obviously, for coming on and taking your time up to do this. That is it from me. Welcome back to the club, Tino Anjorin. I can't wait to see you in action, just a final. And yeah,
championship art ready for him. He's gonna rip the championship up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's say like that. Let's say that. I really have big hopes for him this season, and I believe in him. The pre-season continues tomorrow. That's our last game before Burnley next week. And then obviously Burnley will be the next game in the first game of the season at home. I'll be back tomorrow for a vlog for the game against Tranmere. So yeah, like I say, keep your eyes peeled for that one. Depending on if I go to Bolton or not, it will be later on in the day if I go to Bolton. If I don't go to Bolton, then it will be when I get home, which is probably going to be around tea time that I get the vlog up. If not, it'll be a couple hours later. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I really appreciate everybody's support. Like I say, please hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. It is free. I've said it about 4 million times, but really, it just means a lot.
We want to get him to 100 subscribers before next Friday.
Yeah, that would be lovely. That would be lovely.
If anyone's on Twitter that gets him to that 100 subscribers, I will give you a shout out and a follow.
There we are. There's the incentive, guys, to subscribe to me. But yeah, as ever, it's been a pleasure. Whatever you do, I may see you tomorrow. If I do come and say hello. But yeah, whatever you get up to this weekend, have a good one. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, good night, and see you later.